In the 7th universe, currently in the 7th universe, more precisely in outer space, it was possible to see Beerus and Whis looking at Yamoshi, who had several old cloths on his body looking like a mummy. Beerus was the one who was most surprised by the power Yamoshi was releasing, as Yamoshi wasn't even in his Super Saiyan God form and was already releasing so much power. Whis, like Beerus, was surprised by Yamoshi's power, as the angel had not met Yamoshi in the past. Beerus thought, apparently Yamoshi is still half dead and his body is slowly restoring itself, but it's strange that he doesn't have a younger body but an older one. Why is this happening? I specifically asked Super Shinran to bring Yamoshi back to life in his prime, so is the elderly version of him more powerful than when he was a young man? Beerus asked himself while looking at Yamoshi, who was looking at his bandaged hands. Whis thought, Yamoshi is really powerful. I thought he would be weak compared to Mr. Beerus's full power, but I think that if Mr. Beerus uses his full power he will be able to overcome Yamoshi. But will this be all of Yamoshi's powers since he is still in his base form? He thought the angel while looking at Yamoshi, who appeared to be a little lost because Yamoshi didn't know how much time had passed since his death. Guys, before continuing this epic story, leave your like, and of course, if you want to help the channel even more, leave your super thanks and help the channel financially, and of course subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new. Yamoshi said, I was revived, right? Apparently we are in outer space and I am not seeing Sadala's planet or another planet that the Saiyans have conquered. After all, in my time the planet Sadala was dying because we Saiyans ended up extracting a lot of resources from the planet, and this ended up killing the planet little by little. Could you two answer me and tell me who you are? From the aura of both of you, I know that you have a similar energy to mine when I transform. If I remember correctly, some of my former allies called that transformation Super Saiyan God, so you two would also be gods, correct? Yamoshi asked while focusing his gaze on Beerus and Whis at that moment, not understanding what was happening there. Whis said, yes, we are both divine beings. My name is Whis and I am an angel who serves as the guide and assistant of Mr. Beerus, who is by my side. He is the god of destruction of this universe, and we are responsible for taking care of this universe, which is the 7th universe and exists in total 12 universes. Whis said, introducing himself to Yamoshi, that he wasn't so surprised because they were both divine, but he was surprised because there were more universes. Yamoshi said, I never thought I would meet divine beings face to face. The only times I thought that would happen would be when I died and was going to the underworld, but it's a pleasure to meet you too. And even though you know me, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Yamoshi and I am a Saiyan from an ancient era who gained the power of a deity. Yamoshi spoke politely while looking at Beerus and Whis. Beerus said, yes, you were revived thanks to the power of Super Shinran, a dragon that can grant any wish, including reviving other beings. About the planet Sadala, it was abandoned a long time ago and the Saiyans went to another planet and named it Planet Vegeta, but a being called Frieza destroyed Planet Vegeta and eliminated all the Saiyans, said the god of destruction while looking at Yamoshi, who upon hearing that news made him extremely sad to know that his race was extinct. Yamoshi said, so all the Saiyans are dead? All my former friends and their descendants are no longer alive, and my descendants and heirs are no more. Yamoshi spoke extremely sad while some tears began to flow from the corner of his eyes. This surprised Beerus and Whis, as they both knew that the time in which Yamoshi lived, the Saiyans were very brutal and merciless beings. So seeing a Saiyan from that time act in this way, it was something quite surprising. Whis spoke, in reality, there are still some pureblood Saiyans alive. If I know correctly, there are 4 Saiyans descended from planet Vegeta. 2 of them are members of royalty and the other 2 are normal Saiyans, but both of them, even though they are considered low class, are extremely powerful and are even more powerful than Saiyan royalty. As incredible as it may seem, of the 4 Saiyans, 3 of them have the same power as divine beings and 2 of them have the same Super Saiyan God transformation just like you. The angel spoke to the Saiyan, who was surprised by the fact that there still exist Saiyans and they are so strong. After all, in his time there were no such powerful Saiyans. Yamoshi said, I'm happy to know that there are still Saiyans alive and that over time they will continue to increase the number of members of our race, and especially I'm happy to know that they managed to become so powerful. I don't know if any of them are my descendants, but I would like to meet them at some point. Now I would like to know why they brought me back to life. I'm sure you didn't do this just to get to know me, because you're not Saiyans, so it wouldn't make sense for you to bring me back to life to ask me to train you or to find out more about the origins of Saiyans. So could you tell me why you brought me back to life? Yamoshi said while looking at the two divine beings in front of him with great curiosity. Whis said, "We really had a reason to bring you back to life, but at the moment I can see that you are a little fragile and won't be able to help us, and as you said you would like to meet the surviving Saiyans, we can take you to meet two of them. And while you get to know them, you can teach them some technique or tell them about the time when you were alive, and while that happens you recover, and after you recover we will tell you why we brought you back to life," Whis said while looking at Yamoshi and then at Beerus, but Yamoshi was curious about why he was brought back to life. Yamoshi thought, by the look on their faces and the fact that they didn't tell me why they brought me back to life, I would say they did it so I could face one of them, and I would say that this cat-looking Beerus. I already know. I think he wants to avenge that guy I faced in my time who wore a similar outfit to him, so that guy was also a god of destruction, but from another universe since his clothes were different from the guy in front of me. So Beerus probably wants revenge or wants to show that he has surpassed the other god of destruction. Yamoshi thought while analyzing the two beings, especially Beerus, who was serious while staring at Yamoshi. Beerus thought, maybe Yamoshi already suspected why I revived him. He's right in thinking that I wouldn't do something like that just for the sake of it, because I really wouldn't. After all, I'm a god of destruction and not a Saiyan. So no, I'm interested in reviving someone who doesn't even belong to my species, thought the god of destruction while looking at Yamoshi, who was staring at Beerus at that moment. Yamoshi had many doubts and didn't trust Beerus or Whis at all and knew that they wanted him to fight Beerus, but Yamoshi didn't want that. He wanted to meet the surviving Saiyans, so he decided to follow those two beings, and soon the three disappeared from the place and went to planet Earth. Upon arriving on planet Earth, everyone present was surprised by the power that was emanated by Yamoshi. Goku and Vegeta together with their children went to meet Yamoshi, who was really happy to see beings of his species. At all times Goku tried to challenge Yamoshi to a combat, but Yamoshi always refused because he didn't like fighting like Goku or Vegeta. As Yamoshi was there on planet Earth, he asked Goku and Vegeta to fight each other to see their power level and also their techniques, and the two Saiyans accepted and faced each other, and after this fight Yamoshi showed some weaknesses that both Saiyans were having, something that not even Whis noticed, and along with that Yamoshi taught some techniques to Goku and Vegeta, including a technique that allowed them to transfer divine energy to other Saiyans. Yamoshi demonstrated by transferring some divine energy to Goten and Trunks, and the two ended up transforming into Super Saiyan God. Temporarily, something that would be useful if they needed more powerful allies. Yamoshi enjoyed a few days on planet Earth, and when he got better he trained with Goku and Vegeta, showing that he was indeed very powerful, since alone in his base form he defeated Goku and Vegeta, who were transformed into Super Saiyan Blue. Goku and Vegeta were taking a huge beating. At no point did the two Saiyans manage to hurt or directly touch Yamoshi. Now, after another training session by Yamoshi with the Saiyans from planet Earth, it was possible to see Whis and Beerus in a corner further away from everyone present. They were in the Capsule Corporation at that time. Whis said, "It seems that Yamoshi has already recovered enough for the duel between you two, right, Mr. Beerus?" He asked the angel to Beerus, who was finishing drinking a glass of juice. Beerus said, "That's right, Whis. It's time to find out who is stronger, me or him." Beerus spoke in an extremely serious manner while looking at Yamoshi. With that, we will end today's video. If you want to see the continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes on the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So see you another day, guys.